Food is one of life's rich pleasures. All food. We enjoy meat, we enjoy vegetables. Even Jesus, when he's meeting the disciples after his resurrection's cooking a barbecue on a beach. And food marks the passing of each day. We mark it with breakfast, we have lunch, we have dinner. We look forward to key meals, a curry with friends or a roast dinner with our family. And fasting is an area, a discipline that Jesus commends for that life of his disciples, that life in the Spirit. As we read in Matthew 6, when you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show men that they're fasting. I tell you the truth, they've had their reward in full. But when you fast, put on oil on your head, wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to men that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen. And your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Fasting, Jesus says, is not a badge of spirituality. The Pharisees would disfigure their faces, I'm fasting, and everybody would feel sorry for them and think of them as very spiritual. And Jesus says, let them do it. They've had their reward. People saying, wow, you're so good. They have no eternal reward. But fasting for his disciples was a secret act between them and God, a choice to go without drink or go without food, a meal, or maybe for a moment or for a day or for a week, in order that they might give themselves that time to act as a reminder that man does not live by bread alone, as Jesus says in the temptation, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Fasting is an act, a discipline between ourselves and God in order to give ourselves that reminder that we live every day dependent on God for everything, and that God is more important to us than the very food we eat. And I'm saying this in a day in which we live with so much plenty in the West, where food almost has lost its appeal. We live day to day like putting food into our mouth and not savouring and enjoying it. Fasting is a way in which we regularly can set aside time to come aside and say to God that you are our everything. Give that time to prayer, and the added bonus is when we stop fasting, food tastes like we're tasting it for the very first time.